Hey everybody, Chris Steele here, Steel Frags, and tonight we are reviewing ISSEY. Alright, I gotta get this right. ISSEY Le Bleu de ISSEY. Pour Homme. So, before we get into this fragrance, I just want to really thank all the subscribers to the channel. You guys are awesome. We just broke 200 about a few days ago. We're at like 211, something like that, but that's a good number. The goal is to reach 300 by, I'll say by this summer. That would be an awesome goal to reach. So help me help you make the world a better smelling place. And the way we do that is by liking, subbing, and commenting our experiences on these fragrances, because it is 2024. It's 2024. And it's time for everybody to start smelling good. Anyway, this is Le Bleu. And so I got this about a week or two ago, and blew me away. No pun intended. Maybe that's why it's called Le Bleu. It just blows you away. Or maybe you can get... I'm not going to go there. Anyway, it is it's amazing fragrance. I'm going to get into all the notes here. So it is it's an EDT concentration, and the top notes are rosemary, lime, orange wood, mandarin orange, and lemongrass. In the middle, you have cypress, juniper berries, ginger, lavender, pink pepper, star anise, may rose, and nasturtium. How the hell do you say that? Nasturtium, whatever that is. I have no idea what that is. In the base, you have atlas, cedar, patchouli, oak moss, sandalwood, amber, muskmallow. Okay, so some of these notes I have no idea what they smell like nasturtium or whatever. But I can give you a good description as far as accords. I'm going to let you know right now, this bottle is misleading. The name is misleading. Le Bleu is not a blue fragrance at all. No, this is far more interesting. This is a very complex fragrance, but it is not off-putting. It is not offensive, and it is not. I forgot the word I was looking. It's a good fragrance. It's complex, but it also has some appeal to it. So let's get into what this smells like. We're going to spray this on the wrist to experience it in real time once again. Excellent atomizer. Give it a little time to settle. It smells really good already. All right, so this is a green fragrance. Let's just get that out of the way. It's not a blue fragrance. This is a green fragrance. You're going to get this like mossy, woody, grassy kind of smell. It does it in a way where it's fresh. It's a fresh green fragrance. So this is not so challenging and offensive that it's like real earthy or dirty. No, this is a very fresh green. And I put emphasis on green. And when I mean green, is it has a vegetation kind of smell to it. This has some very rich green smells. And I think a big part of it is that herbaceous rosemary, because you definitely get rosemary. And then you got lime and rosemary together. It accentuates the greenness. And then you have like juniper, and juniper can be very fresh. Juniper to me always strikes me as a gentleman's note in fragrances because it is green and it has a certain cleanness about it. It has a certain level of class to it. It's a very elegant note. I find juniper to be very elegant. There's some pepper they say in here. I don't really. I guess you could get a little pepper, a little pink pepper, but it's not a major player. Star anise, yeah, you get that a little bit of that herbaceous spice of the star anise. A little bit of that green. If you've ever had lavender, like real lavender, not just in a fragrance, but if you've ever like I'm weird, so sometimes I drink lavender tea, which I absolutely love. Right now I just got my peppermint and lemon tea, but I prefer lavender and lemon. But it has a lavender can have a very greenish kind of vibe to it on top of the aromatic floral component of it. Cedar, yeah. So you get a lot of these notes, but they're so well blended. It's not there's not one note that's poking out more than the other. I will say in the opening though, the rosemary is prevalent, but it is not. Some could argue and say that it is a little too dominant in the fragrance, but I am going to I'm going to just say, from my experience, the rosemary is very pleasant and is well blended. Um, it's yes, it's herbaceous, but and I can recognize the rosemary note, but I can also distinguish all the other notes in there without any one note being more uh, just overpowering the fragrance more than another, if that makes any sense. So this is very nice fragrance. So let's get into scenarios, occasions, what this is used for, what kind of fragrance, what kind of vibe does this fragrance have, right? So I'll tell you right off the bat, this is more mature. This is more mature. This is grown and sexy. So I would say anywhere between 25 and like 70, you're good. If you're a younger person, I would not reach. This would not be a first reach for you unless you are maybe kind of a goth kid or you're kind of like just a mysterious dude or you really got your stuff together. I would say reach for something that maybe might be a little more playful, a little more on the fresh side, a little more on the accessible, mass appealing side. Go for that kind of stuff. But this is for grown men. And yes, I'll put an emphasis on men because this is definitely a men's fragrance. This is not a unisex fragrance. It's very much a manly smell because it has that greenness. I've heard a lot of other reviewers refer to this metaphor of being in the forest, and the green notes are kind of like the trees, and then there's like a river and all that. Yeah, it's like that, and it really does. It really does kind of transport you and give you that kind of vibe of just very green, fresh, clean. But at the same time, it's not boring at all. This is very complex. So as it starts to dry down, you start to get more and more of the wood. So you start getting that atlas cedar, which is kind of that mossy kind of cedar, in my opinion. Anyway, occasion scenarios, different things like that. I want to say this, and I don't say this a lot, especially for complex fragrances. But if you're, like I said, if you fit that demographic, if you're within that age range between 25 and 70, this is a workplace, a works. Jesus, I'm really trying. Okay, this is a work safe fragrance. So this you can wear this at work. Just do not overspray. It is a very powerful fragrance, and it is a sneaky little joker as well. So I'll get into that in a second. But don't overspray it. You can wear it at work, and nobody's going to complain. I feel like most people won't complain because it's very inoffensive, but at the same time, it does have character. Um, Date night depends on what kind of vibe you're trying to send off and what kind of partner or a woman or a partner or whatever that depends on their preference as far as fragrances, whether that's going to work for you or not. So just use with discretion, but I believe that you could definitely wear something like this on a date night. Um, Also, I would say this is dress up fragrance. This is not so much. This is not a very casual fragrance. I mean, you could go casual if you're just that cool, but most of us are not like lounging around in like silk shirts all day or lounging around in like suits all day. So I would say keep this for your suit, for your silk shirt. Keep this for your your cardigan or whatever, like when you want to kind of take it up a notch, that it's more suited for that kind of thing than everyday wear. There's far too many other fragrances that work a lot better. Like I said, this is more complex. So if you wear something like this with like a t-shirt and basketball shorts, you're going to be sending a weird vibe, and it might come off as if you're trying too hard. That's what I would kind of get from that. Anyway, seasons. This is a very this is a sneaky joker. This is a sneaky one. This one, although it's called blah blah, it is very very well suited for spring, summer, fall, and you guessed it, winter. So it's a 4 seasons fragrance. You don't have to worry about switching up too much with this one. In fact, this could definitely be a signature set. So now that we got the seasons out the way, let's get into the performance. So performance wise, this is like I said, sneaky little joker, because this is going to give you a good 8 to 10 hours of performance. It's a very I feel like the oil, they say this is a EDT, but I feel like the oil concentration in this there's something about it that's a little higher, because the way this wears is you get about 8 or 10 hours of longevity, especially if you spray your clothes. But as far as projection, you're going to get about an like hour and a half to 2 hours of projection, right? And so what happens is during the projection period, you're going to be having it pump off like 2 feet out, but it's going to come in wafts. It's not going to be a solid, like for 2 hours, it's just screaming all over the place and vandalizing stuff and knocking up. No, it's a silent killer. This baby is just going to come off and boom, and boom. And you're going to think it's gone, and then it's going to come off. Boom. And you're going to smell it again. You can go nose blind to this, so be careful with your sprays, because you might choke somebody out, especially if you're wearing this in the summer and you're just spraying this crazy. So, yeah, don't do that. Now, as far as sillage monster. Like I said, this thing, you'll forget that it's on, but then that fragrance will start coming off your skin and getting in the air and getting in people's noses, and you will get compliments, you will get noticed. So don't think that this is a weak performer just because you can't smell it right away, because you will smell it again and it will come back. So yeah, that's projection, sillage, longevity. I believe that's it. I don't want to make this video too long, but here's the bottle. ISSEY MIYAKE, Le Bleu de ISSEY, for men, pour Homme. It actually has ISSEY MIYAKE on the top of it. Cool little bottle, even better fragrance. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, which you should have, it's good information, educational. Please like, comment, subscribe, help me help you make the world a better smelling place. The way we do that is by doing exactly what I just described. Liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing our experiences about these fragrances in the comment section. And as always, you guys have a blessed night, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.